Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a good day today. We are starting a new series today called Love Hate, and I'm excited that you're here to join us. We're going to be on Zoom at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. You can find the link to that on newgarden.church/chat. So we would love for you to join us there, and we're going to discuss the lesson and hang out with each other and catch up on what's going on in life. So we'd love to see you on Zoom tonight. But I'm very excited for Love Hate Week 1. Let's dive right in. So love is something that I think it's a word that gets thrown around a lot. Like you love pizza, but you also love your mom. And those are two very different kinds of love, right? And we also use the word hate, like you might hate a movie, but you don't have hate in your heart for that movie. That just might not be a movie that you're interested in. And those are words that we use pretty freely, right? But in reality, those two things are a really big deal. Love is something that our culture takes very seriously. You can't really watch a movie without there being a love story in it. Our country spends $20.7 billion on Valentine's Day. So, clearly love is something that we take pretty seriously. But we also take hate pretty seriously, unfortunately. It is all too easy to bash people that we see on TV or on TikTok or on YouTube, and even people that we know in our own lives. So, if love is such a big deal to us, and in our culture, and even as Christians, why is it so easy to hate on other people? Why is that such a natural part of our lives? Today we're going to focus on one specific way that we can show hate towards other people. There are plenty, but today we're going to talk about gossip. And I know maybe you're like, okay, gossip, we talk about how it's bad, but it's really not a big deal. I don't even do it that much, all this stuff. The truth is, we all participate in gossip. It happens. It is all too easy for us to fall into. And I think right now, the way that is showing itself is probably all online. Maybe someone posts something and so you text your friend, oh, did you see so-and-so's post today? Because you're not at school right now. You're not interacting with people that you used to see all the time in the same way that you used to. But this is still happening. I know that because I am also guilty of this situation. But this is something that we all participate in. And I think we do it for a variety of reasons, right? Maybe there's something that you feel insecure about. And so pointing out something in someone else makes us feel a little bit better about ourselves. It's an easy way to bond with someone. If you know that somebody thinks a certain thing about someone else, if you say that you think that too, it's an easy way to form a bond with that person. Sometimes it just seems fun to chime in a conversation where people are gossiping about someone. Sometimes we mask it as we're just saying the truth. This is just a fact about that person, right? I've even seen gossip displayed in the form of a prayer request, right? That's kind of sketchy, where you're like, we should really pray for this person because they blah, 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 blah. And maybe there's good intentions there, but it's also bringing up something that maybe we don't need to be talking about. And sometimes you may have innocent intentions altogether and you were not meaning to gossip about someone. So, all that to say, there are a lot of different motivations behind why we talk about other people in the way that we do. But even though it is something that is so widely accepted, something that happens so often, there is kind of a piece, I think, in all of us that knows that it's not good. Maybe you've been in a conversation before where someone brings up gossip about another person and you just feel kind of icky on the inside. right? There's something in us that knows that it's not good. And if you have ever been gossiped about, you probably especially know this. It does not feel good to know that someone has been talking bad about you, especially if that's someone that you care about and you consider a friend. One time in high school, my friend was working in the office during her study hall, and another girl walked in, and she started texting me on her phone something about this girl who had walked into the office. But she had her autocorrect set to where it would talk out loud. So she was just like acting like minding her own business, typing on her phone, and then her phone said, Sophia. And Sophia heard her and knew that she was texting someone about her. So it's never a good idea to text about someone that's in the room or try to be sneaky about gossiping. It's not a good idea in the first place. But while gossip is so prevalent in our culture, it's not a new thing. I think that is what we continue to learn, is the things that we are dealing with now are not brand new. And gossip has been around for a long time. And today we're going to be talking about Paul. Our good friend Paul was writing to the church in Ephesus. We just started a Bible study on the book of Ephesians, so we're hitting Ephesians today. And he was talking to them, and Ephesus was this town of a lot of different cultures, a lot of different people, and definitely gossip was happening in the town, because that's kind of where it's easiest to gossip, I think, where people are coming in with different ideas, and maybe they dress differently, they're saying different things, have different opinions. It's easy to be like, did you see what they were wearing? Or like, why do they think that this is true? And this is what he had to say in Ephesians 4:29. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths. Okay. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths. Maybe you have heard this in the framework of like cursing, which that's fine, but don't let any words that are unwholesome and not good come out of your mouths. This also has to do with like speaking badly about people. And in the letter, which was originally written in Greek, this word means rotten. So don't let words that are rotten come out of your mouths. Talk that is going to rot. And truly, if you have ever gossiped about someone and they found out, you probably know that nothing can rot a friendship faster than that. Than if they hear that you were saying something bad about them behind their back. And that's not what we want for ourselves. I don't think that is what our intentions are when we do those things, but that is the result a lot of times. And Jesus actually talked about what comes out of our mouths too in Mark 7:15. He said, it's not what goes into your body that defiles you. You are defiled by what comes from your heart. So it's what's coming out of you that says more about you than what you're saying about that person, right? It's not even about what is going into your body. So it's not what you're eating, or things like that. It's what's coming out of your heart that is defiling you. Paul goes on to say in Ephesians 4:29, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So, if what we say about other people says more about us than it does about that person in a negative way, the same is true in a positive way, right? If we are only saying things that are helpful and beneficial to build someone else up, that also is revealing something about you, that you care enough about that person to say kind things to them, that you have thought about their feelings ahead of time and don't want to hurt that person. You care about them. And so we don't want to be someone known for putting other people down. Maybe there are even people coming to your mind who like you don't want to do something that seems dumb around them because they're going to say something bad about you, or you don't want to make them mad because they may go and spread something about you. And that is not what we want to be known for. And not even something that we don't want to be known for, but something we don't want to do, right? There's even a difference there. We can try to be known for something and still be doing some other stuff, but like, what do you want to be about? The good news in that is that we have a choice, right? It is easy to gossip about people, to say unwholesome things about them, to let something come out of our heart that is rotten. It's harder to be about love sometimes, right? But we have a choice. We get to choose to be loving and to be kind and only to speak things that build other people up. So let love be what you're about. And this starts way before words come out of our mouths, right? This has to do with our motivations and our intentions. And I think sometimes when we're thinking about what to say, it might be like, will this make me sound funny? Will this make me look cool? Will this make me look smart? Is it mostly true, right? These may be questions that we ask ourselves, but I want you to put this question at the beginning of your list. Is this helpful? And that's what Paul's recommendation was to the Ephesians. Only let things that are helpful and beneficial come out of your mouths instead of unwholesome talk about other people. So will these words be helpful? Will it benefit that person? It's not tearing them down. It's not going to be a detriment to them or their reputation. These are the questions that we have to ask before we make a decision to say something to someone or about someone. So let love be what you're all about. And this can have a huge impact. Like, what if only you made this choice? That would be huge. But what if everyone who watches this video made that choice? That'd be even cooler. What if our whole church made that choice to let love be what we're all about? It is only going to be better for all of us if we let love be what we're all about instead of hate. So the next time you are tempted to say something to someone or about someone that is not helpful and not beneficial, I want to challenge you to choose love instead of hate and let love be what you're all about. So please join us on Zoom at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. We're going to talk more about this and dive a little deeper into what it looks like to choose love instead of hate.